guys, what's up? Welcome back to Baby and Baby Yoga. This one is for all you runners out there. This is a short flow focusing on a post-run stretch. So let's get on your mat and get started. We start in a seated position today, so find any comfortable seat for you. Maybe you want to come into a lotus pose, maybe you want to just come into an easy seat. So crossing one leg in front of the other, whatever feels good to you here. And just take a moment and connect to your breath. Arrive in your space. Breathing in and out through the nose. Just taking a moment to arrive in your space. Drawing the awareness within. Noticing how the body feels today. Noticing the sensations and the tensions in the body. Let's all take a deep inhale through the nose, all the way to the top. Open the mouth and exhale side out. Once again, deep full inhale through the nose. Fill up the lungs. Then open the mouth and side out. One last time, deepest, fullest inhale all the way to the top. Hold it here. And open the mouth and side out. Beautiful. Slowly blink your eyes open if they were closed. And now we're just going to start with some nice stretches here. So planting the right hand onto your mat, bending it to your right elbow to really get that buoyancy here. And then reaching that left arm across your ear. Getting a nice side stretch through the left side of the body. Gaze wherever feels good to you in your neck. So maybe that's down to the mat. Maybe that's underneath your armpit, up towards the ceiling. One more breath here. Now we come up to center, planting the left hand down, bending into that left elbow and reaching the right arm across. Coming back to center, planting the right hand down once again, reaching the left arm across, finding that stretch. Coming all the way up, planting the left hand, reaching the right arm across. And back to the right side, planting the right hand, left arm reaches. Over to the left once again. Right arm reaches across, find your stretch. And then inhale brings you all the way up to center. Lovely. Place your left hand onto your right knee. Right arm onto the ground behind you. Take an inhale to grow long through the spine. And then as you exhale, twist. Using each inhale to grow a little bit longer in the spine. And each exhale to twist a little bit deeper. One more breath here. And coming all the way back to center, planting the right hand the left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Back to center, and then we bring the soles of our feet together to touch, coming into Baddha Konasana, peeling the feet apart as if you're opening a book. The further your feet are away from the body, the intenser the stretch is going to be in the hips. So find a position for your feet that feels good to you, and then we're peeling our feet open, lengthening through the spine, and slightly start folding forward. This might not feel like you're coming forward that much, but as long as you feel that stretch in your hips, that's what we're going for. Taking a couple of breaths here, breathing into your hips, maintaining the length in the spine. Breath. And slowly coming up, rolling over to your knees, we're going to come into a tabletop position. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, toes can be either tucked or untucked, whatever feels good to you here. We're engaging through the core, so drawing the belly towards the spine. We're just going to take a couple of cats and cows here. So as you inhale, drop the belly, open the heart, send the gaze forward, and then exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, we lengthen, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, drawing your hands towards your knees towards your hands, and exhale, tucking the pelvis, protracting through the shoulder blades. We round through the spine. Inhale to cow, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, lengthening through the spine, and then exhale, pushing the ground away, tucking the pelvis, chin towards your chest. Alright, coming to neutral position, and then we're gonna bring, I'm just gonna turn towards you guys. We're gonna bring the right leg out to the side, planting the right foot down. So we're in this one-legged tabletop position, and then just send your hips slightly back, opening through the right hip here, dipping into that right hip, finding a nice stretch here. You should feel it in your hamstring as you go back. Maybe sitting all the way down to your heel. See how that feels in your body today. Maybe you want to make it more dynamic and come forward, come back. Just find some movement here that feels good to you. Alright, and I'm bringing the right leg back in, extending the left leg out to the side, planting the left foot down. We do the same on the other side, so shifting the hip back, dipping into that left hip, really stretching into it. Maybe making this dynamic and sending your weight forwards and backwards. begin. We're in our tabletop, tucking the toes if they're not tucked already, and we're going to send our hips back into downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to pedal out the feet, bend into one knee, bend into the other, sway the hips, shake the head. Finding any movement here that feels good to you. Any movement you need to get comfortable in this pose. Reminding yourself to listen to your body. This is your practice. So really tune into your body. Listen to what your body needs today. Don't work into any pain. Alright guys. On our next inhale, right leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, draw your right knee to your nose. Flex the right foot and step your right foot between your hands. We're lowering the left knee down, dipping into the left hip, stretching into the left hip flexor, opening through the heart. And then we're going to come into half splits. So extending that right leg, sending the hips back. We're lengthening through the spine. And then, just as much as you can, folding down over that right leg. Flexing the right foot, pulling the right heel towards your body. So we're trying to square off the hips here. You should get a deep stretch through your calves, through your hamstrings. One more breath here. And then bending into that right knee. Finding our lunge once again. Opening through the heart. Stretching into the left hip flexor. I'm going to come back into half splits. Flexing the right foot, extending the right leg, pulling that right heel towards you. Bending into the right knee as we inhale, we find our lunge. Opening through the heart, find length through the spine. And once again, half splits, send it back, find your length, and then fold over your right knee. Curling those toes towards you, getting a nice stretch, bending into the right knee once again, lifting the left knee off the ground, floating the arms up, we find a high lunge. Lengthening through the fingertips, squaring off the hips, core is engaged. And exhale, we plant the hands, step the right foot back, shift the hips back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. And then as you inhale, left leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, left knee to nose. Flexing the left foot and stepping it between your hands. Lowering the right knee down. Shifting forward, dipping into our right hip. Stretching through the right hip flexor, lengthening through the spine, opening through the heart. And then we're going to come into half splits. So straightening out that left leg, sending the hips back. We find length in the spine first. And then try to fold over our left leg. Like a super deep stretch through the left calf, through the left hamstrings. Curling those toes towards you. Drawing the heel towards your body to square off the hips. And then bending into the left knee, coming forward into our lunge. Opening through the heart, finding length through the spine, stretching through the hip flexor. And then sending it back into half splits. Inhale, finding our lunge. Coming forward, finding length. And then toes towards you, flexing the left foot. And bending into the left knee. Right knee lifts off the mat. We come up into our high lunge. Finding our engagement, we're squaring up through the hips. Inner thighs are engaged. Reaching tall. Fingertips reach up towards the sky. And on exhale, we plant the hands. Step the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. On your next inhale, right leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. And step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lowering the left knee down. We're in our lizard lunge here, so opening up through the right hip, maybe bringing your right hand onto your right knee to twist it out to the side a little. See what feels good to you here. Maybe coming onto the outer edge of your right foot. Maybe it feels good to you to come down onto the forearms. Maybe you want to reach the right arm back. Bring the left foot towards your glute. Maybe you can grab it with your right hand. Opening up through the right shoulder. Really stretching through that left quad here. Finding a stretch that works for you. Now, if you're holding on to your left foot, release that left foot down. If you're on your elbows, come back up onto your hands. Pressing down into our hands, lifting the left knee off the ground. And then straightening out that right leg. Maybe, as we did before, curling the toes towards you. Flexing through the right foot. We're in a modified pyramid pose here. Inhale, we bend to find our lunge. Opening through the heart. Exhale, once again, we straighten that right leg. Only as much as feels good to you. Inhale, we bend the right knee. And then exhale. One last time. Straighten out that right leg. Inhale to bend. Planting the hands down. Stepping the right foot back. Maybe shaking it out a little. And then planting it next to the left. Foot downward facing dog. Alright guys, moving on to the left side here. So inhale, left leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. And stepping it to the outer edge of your left foot. Bringing the right knee down. Opening up through the left hip here. Maybe coming down onto your forearms, if that feels good to you. You want to bring the right foot towards your right glute. Reach the left hand behind you, opening up through the left shoulder. Maybe you can get hold of your left foot. Finding a stretch that feels good in your body today. Noticing if there are any differences between the left and the right side. If you're holding on to your right foot, slowly release it down. If you're on your elbows, make your way back up onto your hands. And we're all gonna push our right knee off the mat. And we're gonna straighten out the left leg, finding a modified pyramid pose here. Maybe flexing the left toes. Inhale, we find our lunge. Exhale, we lengthen the left leg, only as much as feels good to you. Inhale, bend the left knee, open the heart. And then one last time, extending that left leg. Maybe curling those left toes towards you, pulling the left heel back. And bending into that left knee once again, planting the hands properly down. And we're gonna come back into downward facing dog. Maybe give that left leg a shake. All right. Take a breath here. Next, inhale, right leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, place your right foot on top of your left. So left heel between big third toe and the second toe. Using the right leg to draw your left heel further towards the ground, keeping a micro bend in the knees if that feels good to you. Just getting a deeper stretch into the hamstrings and calves here. Inhale, right leg flipped high towards the sky once again, and then release it all the way down. Next, inhale, left leg to the sky, and then exhale, left foot on top of right. So your right heel is between your big toe and your index toe. And we draw the right heel towards the mat. Inhale, left leg floats high, and then release your left foot down to the mat. Coming high onto the balls of your feet, we bend the knees, gaze between our hands, and tiptoe away all the way forward to the top of our mat. Finding a nice ragdoll here. Releasing any tension in the lower back. Shifting the weight into the balls of our feet. You can get hold of opposite elbows, maybe just swaying from side to side. Next exhale, release your fingertips towards the ground. Slight bend in both knees. Chin towards the chest, we roll ourselves all the way up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. As we come up, we roll our shoulders down the back body. Hands come to heart center. Take an inhale here, reach the arms high towards the sky. Growing tall all the way through the fingertips. And exhale, hinging from the hips, we fold forward. Rolling ourselves up once again, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, arms sweep high towards the sky. This time as you exhale, bring your elbows down your back body, drawing towards one another, cactusing the arms, opening through the heart, glutes are engaged. And inhale, the arms sweep high towards the sky, and exhale, we fold forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale to a flat back, gaze comes up. Exhale, plant the hands, step all the way back into your plank. Lowering down the knees, chest and chin. Elbows drawing towards each other, we tuck the pelvis and ripple ourselves forward into cobra. Holding it here for a breath. And releasing all the way down. Now bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. We're gonna come into swings pose. So elbows underneath shoulders, palms onto the mat. Glutes are engaged. We're pressing down into the tops of our feet, pulling the elbows back as we lengthen through the spine and sending down forward. So really use your elbows to pull your heart through. Getting a nice stretch through the spine. Glutes and legs are engaged here. We don't want to pinch in the lower back. And then exhale, release. Bringing the hands to either side of your chest, tucking the toes, sending it back into child's pose. Alright guys, coming all the way forward, finding your downward facing dog once again. Take an inhale, come on into the balls of your feet, bend the knees, gaze between the hands. We tiptoe away all the way forward, finding ragdoll here. Maybe this time you want to walk your hands forward as much as you can, melting your chest towards your thighs and getting really long through the spine as you melt your chest deeper and deeper onto your thighs. Getting long through the back. Keeping a bend in your knees as much as you need. Shifting the weight into the balls of your feet. And exhale, walk your fingertips back in. We roll ourselves all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, arms sweep high towards the sky. Exhale, we cactus the arms, draw the elbows down the back body, opening through the heart. Glutes are engaged, inner thighs are engaged. Inhale, arms sweep high towards the sky. And exhale, hinging from the hips, we fold forward. Inhale to a flat back, long spine. And snap it back into plank, lowering down our knees, chest and chin, tucking the pelvis, rippling forward into cobra, and then release. Bringing your right arm out to the side, bending your left foot, left knee, so left foot to left glute, roll over to the left side, getting a nice stretch through the shoulder here. Your head can be either on the mat or lifted. See what feels better to you. Really stretching through the right shoulder. And coming back to center, bringing the right hand back in, left arm out to the side in a T shape, right foot to right glute, we roll all the way over. Through the left shoulder here, and coming back to center, to the other side of your chest, sending the hips back into child's pose, lengthening through the sides of your body, and then making your way back into your downward facing dog. Just one last time pedaling out the feet here, and we'll come all the way up onto our tiptoes. Gaze between our hands. We step or float through to seated. Bringing the right leg out long, bringing the left leg to the inside of our right thigh. Take an inhale to reach the arms high towards the sky, and then exhale, just fold over that right leg. Feeling the sensations in the body, feeling this nice stretch here. Inhale all the way up, bringing the left leg out long, right leg to the inside of the left thigh. Take an inhale to sweep the arms high and find length, and then exhale, we fold forward over our left leg. Feeling the sensations in the body, feeling your stretch. And slowly making your way back up to center, bringing both feet out long in front of you. Take an inhale to sweep the arms high towards the sky, and exhale, hinging from the hips, we fold forward over our legs. Arms for wherever you can reach. Just allow yourself to surrender in this pose. Maybe you want to play around with pointing the toes and see how that changes the stretch. You should get a deep stretch into the shins now. See what feels good to you. If you flex the feet, the stretch should be more in the hamstrings and the calves. So find a stretch that works for you. One more breath wherever you are. And then slowly make your way back up. Gonna draw the knees towards our body and lower ourselves all the way down onto the mat, hugging the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice and well-deserved squeeze. And lift your nose towards your knees. Take a deep full inhale here. Hold it at the top for 3, for 2, for 1. Open the mouth and exhale. Release everything down to the ground. Find your final relaxation pose. Find your Shavasana, letting go of any tensions in the body, returning to a more natural rhythm of breath. Lovely, guys. Feel free to stay here as long as feels good to you. Thanks for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you again soon.